fun.
Welcome to the Backwoods.
My playground is out in the woods, back in the sticks, this is my hood. Waking up early with nature's hand in mine.
Honestly, I don't even enjoy this for a minute.
Finger on the trigger just to seal the deal. Feel the chill, shoot to kill. It's the thrill, it's the skill, it's the rush, it's the dust and grind. Living the backwoods life.
Kevin's headed up to Pike County, Illinois to hunt at Buck Chaser's Lodge with Chris Bishop. It's his annual trip, and the rut should be kicking in.
Only problem is, Illinois is my nemesis. Yes, I'm convinced the state of Illinois actually hates me. Last week I looked at my Knockdown Outdoors app, and the weather up there is absolutely perfect. This week, when I'm going to be hunting, not so much.
Hunters roll in, everybody's excited, boom, 90-degree hits. Well, as you as hunters know, that is the worst thing ever for the rut. Nothing wants to move. So this week what we're going to have to try to do, we're going to get into these corridors, we're going to go into areas that normally you would not go into. I mean, who goes into the middle of a bedding area in the middle of the day or at 2 o'clock when you're trying to get in the stand? That's usually a no-no. Well, if those bucks aren't coming out of those bedding areas, it's our job to get in there and go after them. We are right on that verge of it breaking loose, so we're hoping this week, even with these hot temperatures, we're hoping this rut kicks off, these does still come in, and we can get our hunters on some good bucks, even in this hot weather that we're having.
That was a real nice buck. I just think he was a 3-year-old. He was right at that 140 minimum, but that's a young deer. That joker dang sure walked through here 30 seconds after I finished calling him. The plan at this particular spot was to catch deer coming off a picked cornfield and going back to bed. The plan's working great because we've got does bedded all around us. Unfortunately, none of them had the big boy tagging along. But the hunt's off to a great start. We saw a borderline shooter, plus we got a can cooker full of my favorite recipe waiting back at camp, shrimp jambalaya.
Backwoods Life is brought to you by these great companies: Hawk Optics, Branson Tractors, Antler King, Elite Archery, Slick Trick Broadheads, CBE Custom Bow Equipment, and Scott Archery. This segment of Backwoods Life is brought to you by Covert Scouting Cameras. Remote cameras for hunting, wildlife watching, and security.
Right now, everything is looking spot on. Scrapes, rubs, they're hearing fighting, grunting, running all through the woods. you know, 9 hunters in camp, and every single hunter is seeing multiple bucks running does. That is spot on what we want. So we're hoping these big boys, it's just a matter of time. Hang out in these spots where there's a lot of buck action, a lot of rutting action. Don't give up on that spot, even though you may not see a shooter, because it's going to happen before this week is up.
Now just for the record, this buck walked through 3 shooting lanes before he ever looked up there in the tree and spotted us. If we wanted to shoot him, we could have. But I think he's another 3-year-old, just shy of that 140 minimum. But hey, things could be worse. At least we're seeing deer.
Chris has a 3D archery course set up at the lodge. Everybody that comes in gets a chance to shoot it, and the highest score of the year gets a new bow.
Of course you get the big guy one.
I like shooting the archery course. Plus it gives us a chance for these other hunters to feel the pressure of our cameras looking over their shoulder.
Ooh, underneath it.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I do.
You try not to smile.
Tommy got it? Yeah. Tommy got a toe. No.
Bill.
Billy. Bill got a toe.
Archery course is a lot of fun to shoot, plus it's great practice. It's just another way that buck chasers brings us hunters together, have a good time, and build new friendships.
I mean, we're just having a fun time in camp the entire time, not just out in the woods. We have just as much fun back in camp. The camaraderie alone that we do here with our clientele, it makes you feel like you're just part of us. You're part of the buck chaser family, and we make it fun in camp.
Backwoods Life is also brought to you by Knockdown Outdoors, Ozonics, Walls Pro Series, Bill Jordan's Real Tree, Seth McGinn's Can Cooker, Quality Archery Designs, and Tree Stand Buddy. This segment of Backwoods Life is brought to you by Shiver Carts, your authorized E-Z-Go and Textron off-road dealer in Tifton and Valdosta, Georgia.
So my guys who, I mean, they work their tails off to make this place as successful as it is. I cannot do what I do without them. These guys are incredible. They help me out 24/7. This is what we do for a living. We don't have a separate job. You know, a lot of people say you're living the dream. I really am. I live my dream job. I do for a living what I would do if I had a day off. So realistically, we don't have a job, but we love what we do, and it does require a lot of work.
This week I'm in Pike County, Illinois, hunting with Chris Bishop at Buck Chasers. Unfortunately though, Illinois is my nemesis. Illinois hates me.
Well, there's a lot of deer stacked up outside the lodge, filling tags. None of them are Kevin's. I don't need to say anything else.
Well, it's the last afternoon at Buck Chasers. This jackwagon standing behind you already tagged out, so he gets to sit around here and watch football all afternoon. Meanwhile, we got to go keep trying. Al did shoot a nice buck. A little bit jealous of him. Kind of want to kick him, but I'm not. I'm gonna go keep trying. I'm gonna go sit in Danker Special back here, and if it don't work, I might go kick Jeff Danker. We'll see.
Good job.
You got any response?
Hey, it is what it is. What can I tell you? Some guys are lucky. Poor Kevin is maybe not one of those guys.
We're set up for the last afternoon hunt here at Buck Chasers. This has traditionally been the best week of hunting of the entire year. But thanks to these hot temperatures, it's been a little slow this week. Had several bucks shot this morning. And several bucks this week have been seen chasing does and tending does, kind of locked down, even though the temperatures haven't contributed to a lot of deer movement. But this afternoon, we come over here to a stand called Danker Special. And we got a decoy sitting right out here. The other day, another hunter saw a buck come out of that head of woods up there with a doe. We're hoping he'll do something like that today. And we can call him down here to this decoy to pick a fight. We'll see. Like I said, it's hot. But it hadn't stopped him from rutting. And it ain't gonna stop us from slinging an arrow if one comes in here close enough. Last afternoon, time to make something happen. Or at least time to hope something happens.
Deer hunting with a decoy can be incredible. Sometimes though, decoy can absolutely burn your hunt. From the time these does walked in the field, we could tell they didn't like the decoy, and this time it just didn't work out.
Well, that's not really how I pictured this evening going down. I had 4 does come out here, and they didn't much care for that decoy. And they decided to do a whole bunch of blowing before they left. We got just a few minutes of camera light left, but all in all, it looks like that's probably how our rut hunt is going to come to a close here at Buck Chasers.
Unfortunately, it didn't happen. The decoy didn't work this time, but that's the way it goes in hunting.
Thankfully though, I'll be able to come back late season to try to fill my tag. However, as I left camp, it was also my last chance to say goodbye to a great guy I had an opportunity to share camp with, Brian Wilson. He fought cancer hard and didn't let it keep him from doing what he loved. I was privileged to know him and thankful we were able to share camp together.
Backwoods Life is also brought to you by Hunter Safety System, Lethal Products, Knockout Lighted Knocks, Redneck Blinds, True Lock Chokes, Winner's Choice Bowstrings, and Dual Game Calls. Closed captioning for Backwoods Life is brought to you by Garmin. Enhance your outdoor adventures.
Kevin didn't fill his tag in November, so he's headed back in January. He's going to bring in the new year in a tree stand.
Late season is my favorite time to hunt as a personal hunter. The rut is awesome because of what you see. 3 or 4 bucks running one doe, that's great, that's cool. But is it easier to kill? It's not, in my opinion. You see more deer, you see more bucks, but it's harder to kill those bucks because they're locked on those does and getting them to stop. When you get into late season, the rut is over, these bucks have been ran down, they know the winters are coming, they've got to fatten themselves back up.
Well, at least that's what we thought the plan was. We're seeing deer on food sources, but not the big boys. It's almost like something else has their attention.
There's a hot doe in the area that didn't get bred first time around. Now it's a January rut hunt.
What do you think?
Back.
When this buck cleared the big tree for me, he was almost completely hidden from Roger running the camera for me. You could probably hear Roger say, "No, no," and you saw how it went from there. Illinois is my nemesis.
That might be as close as I've ever come to shooting a deer and not pulling the trigger.
But hey, good news. After that buck walked off, the doe parade started.
Back.
Close one, close one, close one. I hit her a little further back than I wanted to, and the temperatures have cooled off, so we decided to let her lay till dark. I am not going home empty-handed.
This morning was really about like hunting in November. We had little bucks chasing does. A big buck come through right on the doe's trail, and we almost shot him. And then right before we got down, we got this big old doe. Yep. I wish I'd have made a better shot. I wish we didn't have to wait, but I am glad that it all turned out all right. Some backstrap for the grill, and at least I ain't going home empty-handed.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Thank you, buddy.
Hey, you're welcome. Just tag her on her and get her on out of here.
Roger, you dragging? I'll carry the camera.
I gotta carry the camera, boss.
No.
Chris has got a lot of big deer, great hunting in Illinois. A lot of people tag big bucks, just not Kevin.
I want to leave you with some surprising news. Starting this season, 2017, Chris Bishop has found an even better location. Buck Chasers has moved right down the road to a new lodge, new property, and hopefully new better luck for me.
I'm pretty sure Decoy's giving you a mean look, Roger.
He's a trooper though. He stays in there and hunts does with the best of them. A little engine that could. Still going. Maybe next year.
80 degrees, dripping sweat, getting a suntan. That's nice.
I love Illinois. Illinois just doesn't love me back.
The end. It's done.
Peace out, homies.